See, I'm level 55. I feel not 50. I'm level 50. I feel confident at 50, but like, I expect the final boss for like 58 or something. No, not another elevator. Not another elevator, dude. You're not on a timer, but you're definitely on a timer. How fast, like, the faster you can kill them, the less you have to deal with. So it's like better. But then again, the more you allow to stack, the more you can hit with, this sucks. The more you can hit with, like, boost strikes and stuff, so. No, stop spawning. Grr. I mean, as long as, like, a boss doesn't spawn, like, a boss-type enemy doesn't spawn, it should be fine. More of them? That's splendid. Is he dropping bombs? What the? Tell me we're getting somewhere. Stop spawning ads. I want to be done. I hate elevators. I'm gonna have an irrational fear of elevators now. Just out of fear of being jumped by fictional monsters. Oh, it's over. Oh, elevator noises. I'm gonna eat drops.
Wielding two at once would be double the firepower and plenty of style to boot.
What use is style when it's life or death?
Dude, everything is about style. Life or death is lame. Style is everything. We're back more roses, so we're definitely getting somewhere. Oh my, what is that? Oh my. But no gels, this boss fight's gonna suck. That's just how it is. This boss fight is going to suck.
The Zoogles here are putting up a real fight.
That just goes to show how important this place is.
Or perhaps they simply thrived freely here under such harsh conditions.
I don't give a damn why they're here. We'll burn it all to the ground.
Don't tell me there's more enemies. Okay, good. It's just... we're just there. No healing circle or anything. That's interesting.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah. It's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge. It's almost as though I can understand what Rena's will is thinking.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane? Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
Now I have to fight. Now I get to fight Evil Rin, which is bad because I don't want to fight Evil Rin. I'd rather play Evil Rin. This is where Rin gets weird, dark astral energy powers.
Only meant to be one world. And your goal is to make them one. Is this fear? What just happened?
Wait, what do you think
Are
just
you all
happened?
right? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
Breathing ASMR. Wow, she's loud.
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed.
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
It's clown behavior on your
I'm
part.
sorry. I really, really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants. How it feels. Rena's Great Spirit wants to complete the world.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world. But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
What do you mean, one world? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared.
He's
But it's
a
not
baby.
scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted. Like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although, admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with. At the very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only darkness and light can be found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renis Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all six. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
That sounds a lot like Shion's thorns, doesn't it? The whole reason the Great Spirit is trying to unite Dana and Rena into one world is in order to save itself. And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
Makes a lot of sense.
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Shion.
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this mess up before it gets out of hand.
True.
Still, even if the current state of the world is wrong like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been, there'd be no Dana and no Rena, no masters or slaves, no lords, no crown contest, maybe just peace.
Alright then. Oh, okay, maybe not.
To think, all this started because of the Great Spirit's desire to keep living. The only reason
Can
it
you
craves
blame it?
energy is because it's dying from starvation. When you think about it like that,
Kind of everything's purpose.
maybe the things it's
Any
done aren't so
living
strange
entity's
after
purpose
all.
is to keep living.
If Rena had been more like Dana, things would have worked out a whole lot better.
It's like Hevrecht 35 told us. The Danan and Renan spirits are meant to be completely different beings.
Rena's energy amassing in one place led to its developing a powerful will. But that also made it crave energy, sapping Rena dry until it perished.
Whereas Dana's energy is dispersed, meaning its will never developed to the same extent. And without that hunger, Dana the planet was spared.
As for which is correct, well, I'm not sure it's our place to even say. Still, I can't help but think it reminds me a lot of the dichotomy of the human condition.
Dichotomy? What do you mean?
Tell me something
Those who know
stupid I
not
don't care about,
satisfaction
Kisara.
are
I dare
driven
you.
to keep devouring without limit. But those who are content with their lot in life rarely fulfill
Dichotomy
their
of the
potential.
human
I
condition.
imagine it's likely that the larger Rena's great spirit grew,
Sure.
the more and more powerful its hunger also became.
Everything in moderation. When all's said and done, maybe that's the hardest thing for people to learn.
Don't look at my CP. I don't want to talk about it. I have a CP problem. I guess I haven't even really attempted to see if I can leave.
Wherever we go on this planet, there are machines littered everywhere.
It's impressive to look at as a bystander, but I sure wouldn't want to live here with all of this around.
I know what you mean. There are no fish here. I couldn't cook
What
any
is...
of my
I
delicious
hate
dinners for you all
Kisaran.
if we
What
lived
are
here.
you talking for?
Clearly the worst point against it.
You suck. So I only have one teleport. Just right there. Oh my gosh, wait, I can. What? Do I want to? I mean, I definitely do, actually. Who am I kidding? I did not. That's not something I should have looked into to see if I could fast travel or not. I just assumed I would be able
Looks
to.
like we made it here in one piece.
What the? Sure.
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
I didn't need to hear that.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but you sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
Oh,
May the
what?
trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy.
Oh my
I'm more
gosh!
surely.
Whoa,
Someone
toxic.
more like Kisara.
That is
You know, I used to be a
inappropriate.
tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you gotta admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Tomboy
Rinwell.
know-it-all. The disrespect.
Ah, what the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back.
Hoodle, you snitch.
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
What are these? Why am I getting
Hey,
these?
Shion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
What is happening?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
Now I'm glad I teleported back here.
I can
I would have
imagine.
never gotten these cutscenes.
I know it's not the same thing, but I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Shut
because of
up,
Miguel.
Kisaran.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shion. But that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. but I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago.
True.
There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm
She,
only teasing. I know
Rin
what you
was
mean.
racist
Thank
back
you.
then.
And you're right.
But now
There
she's
are ways to convey
not
your
as
feelings besides just
racist.
touching.
She still
I'll
has
say,
those tendencies.
Cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alvin's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being
What's wrong with
supportive.
spicy food?
Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team.
I love
right?
spicy food. We should have one more. Oh. Okay.
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That
But
might
this
be the
is-
case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once,
Is this
maybe.
exclusive to Guinness Hero?
Question is,
Should I like go
is that
around
something
to other
still
places?
salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy.
You let them do whatever
but
they
it will
want.
be
That's
worthwhile.
awesome.
These
great to
things
hear.
take time to...
Whoa! Gunshots.
What the? An ambush?
Sorry.
What is
There
your
was a huge flying
problem?
bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
What is wrong with you?
You mean like a Zoogle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogle or not.
This realm
Xion.
is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
That is
Sounds like
that
they're
was
tougher
rude.
than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate,
What
I'll
the?
find a way to eat them.
Insects as a culinary
Demon
option, you say?
mode.
What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Raw.
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Slave behavior. What the? That was awesome. That's exactly what I needed.